This video describes how to cannulate a tortuous or stenotic coronary sinus using the combination of a vein selector and Amplatz, short taper Amplatz wire. So this is a patient, as you can see, has an epicardial lead because of difficulty advancing into the coronary sinus. So the first step is to advance a glide wire in, as we do here. And then we need to get a short taper Amplatz extra stiff wire because it provides great support, but it can be very difficult to advance, especially when the CS is tortuous or stenotic. So to get the Amplatz wire in, we need to use a 5 French braided angled catheter to deposit the wire. And for this I use the vertebral Amplatz, or the vertebral vein selector. And the idea is that you can advance the vertebral vein selector over the glide wire, through the hemostatic valve, through the braided core, and through the Worley sheath into the coronary sinus. So that's what we're doing here. We're advancing the vertebral vein selector over the glide wire deep into the coronary sinus. Once we get the vertebral vein selector deep into the coronary sinus, we take out the glide wire and advance the Amplatz extra stiff. And it's got to be a short taper J-tip for this to work. Why short taper? Well, if you look at how a short taper and a standard taper Amplatz wire behave, you can see that the short taper gets stiff quickly, whereas the long taper Amplatz doesn't get stiff until 6 or 7 centimeters. Accordingly, the stiff part of the standard taper Amplatz wire would end up here, not providing much support, whereas if you put in the short taper Amplatz wire, the stiff part begins there very quickly. So the combination of the short taper Amplatz and a 5 French braided catheter provide the support necessary to advance the sheath and the braided core. So that's what we're doing here. We're advancing first the braided core over the combination of the Amplatz and vein selector, and now the sheath over that. Now, if the short taper isn't enough, what could be the problem? One of the problems that I've seen and personally had is that the hang-up for advancing was actually occurring due to the restriction of subclavian. So you want to make sure that the subclavian isn't part of the problem. You can switch to a jumbo sheath. You can actually use the curved dilator over the Amplatz wire. So you curve the dilator and take out everything except the Amplatz wire and then advance the dilator, or you can use the anchor balloon technique. So I hope you find this helpful. This is an update.